Odyssey IV continued. Lines 95 to 187. Menelaus admits to Telemachus that he has nice digs, but he mourns the loss of all the Greek life at Troy. He especially mourns the loss of Odysseus. Telemachus begins to weep, and Helen suggests that Telemachus looks a lot like Odysseus and must be his son. Atrides overheard Telemachus and said, "Loved son, no mortal must affect contention with Jove, whose dwellings are of endless date. Perhaps of men some one may emulate, or none, my house, or me. For I am one that many a grave extreme have undergone, much error felt by sea, until the 8th year had never stay, but wandered far and near, Cyprus, Phoenicia, and Sidonia, and fetched the far-off Ethiopia, and reached the Erembi of Arabia, and Libya, where with horns ewes yen their lambs, and every full year ewes are 3 times dams, where neither king nor shepherd want comes near, of cheese or flesh or sweet milk. All the year they ever milk their ewes. And here, while I erred, gathering means to live, one murderously, unawares, unseen, bereft my brother's life, chiefly betrayed by his abhorred wife. So hold I, not enjoying what you see. And of your fathers, if they living be, you must have heard this, since my sufferings were so great and famous. From this palace here, so rarely well built, furnished so well, and substanced with such precious deal of well-got treasure, banished by the doom of fate, and erring as I had no home, and now I have, and use it, not to take the entire delight it offers, but to make continual wishes, that a triple part of all it holds were wanting, so my heart were eased of sorrows, taken for their deaths that fell at Troy, by their revived breasts. And thus sit I here weeping, mourning still each least man lost, and sometimes make mine ill, in paying just tears for their loss, my joy. Sometimes I breathe my woes, for in annoy the pleasure soon admits satiety. But all these men's wants wet not so mine eye, though much they move me as one soul man's miss, for which my sleep and meat even loathsome is, in his renewed thought, since no Greek hath won grace for such labors as Laertes' son hath wrought and suffered, to himself not else, but future sorrows forging, to me hells for his long absence, since I cannot know if life or death detain him. Since such woe for his love old Laertes, his wise wife and poor young son sustains, whom new with life he left as sireless. This speech, grief to tears, poured from the son's lids on the earth, his ears, told of the father, did excite, who kept his cheeks dry with his red weed as he wept, his both hands used therein. Atrides then began to know him, and did strife retain, if he should let himself confess his sire, or with all fitting circumstance inquire. While this his thoughts disputed forth did shine, like to the golden distaff deck divine, from her bed's high and odoriferous room, Helen, to whom of an elaborate loom, addressed to set a chair, Alcippe brought a piece of tapestry of fine wool wrought, Philo a silver cabinet conferred, given by Alcandra, nuptially endeared to Lord Polybius, whose abode in Thebes the Egyptian city was, where wealth in heaps his famous house held, out of which did go, in gift to Atrides, silver bathtubs 2 tripods, and a fine gold talents 10. His wife did likewise send to Helen then fair gifts, a distaff that of gold was wrought, and that rich cabinet that Philo brought, round, and with gold rib, now of fine thread full, on which extended, crowned with finest wool, of violet gloss, the gold distaff lay. She took her state chair, and a footstool stay had for her feet, and of her husband thus asked to know all things. Is it known to us, King Menelaus, whom these men command themselves for, that our court now takes to friend? I must affirm, be I deceived or no, I never yet saw man nor woman so like one another, as this man is like Ulysses' son. With admiration strike his looks my thoughts, that they should carry now power to persuade me thus, who did but know, when newly he was born, the form they bore. But 'tis his father's grace, who more and more his grace resembles, that makes me retain thought that he now is like Telemachus, then left by his sire, when Greece did undertake Troy's bold war for my impudency's sake.